Alright, welcome everybody, vlog number 6, no, vlog number 7. I'm using today the Skype booth as my personal vlog booth. I'm gonna talk about Myanmar today. I'm super excited because Myanmar is one of those countries I was super blown away while traveling. So number one, why you should definitely consider going to Myanmar as quick as possible. Myanmar is not as dangerous as you think. Yes, there are some riots going on, but that's all happening up north and you're literally not able to go there anyway. Number two, it's not as touristy as other countries in Southeast Asia. People are not driven by money yet. Number three, you're gonna experience the authentic local people over there in a way you could never imagine. I always wanted to have spicy papaya salad and I thought they're gonna use a lot of lime juice, but when I ordered it, they didn't pour any lime juice over it. So I came up, excuse me, can you actually put on some lime juice? And he just looked at me, looked at the salad, and the limes were like just right next to him, and it was no, and he just passed me the salad. I was really like, wow. In Myanmar it's just like, oh, you know what, fuck off. No, it's an adventure to travel there, that's for sure. And point number four, they're so friendly and generous. Normally taxi drivers, they are the worst people ever, but in Myanmar I experienced it. They were like super nice, super friendly, and our taxi driver, he would not stop talking for at least an hour. He was so excited that there were foreigners sitting in his cab and he wanted to practice his English. The way from the airport to our hostel, it's supposed to take maybe like 45 minutes. We ended up driving there for like at least 1.5 hours. Like he was driving us around and go to Shevatum Pagoda, take the train, and then he showed us a map. Oh, you have to learn this word and that word. It was so funny and he wouldn't just stop talking. I've never experienced that kind of generosity and like friendliness, especially from taxi drivers in any other country. Yeah, there are some things you should definitely not miss out in Myanmar. Of course, there's Inle Lake, way worth to go there. You can just rent a boat for a whole day trip. You're gonna see floating gardens, entire villages built on the water. They're gonna show you like in a traditional way how they create their like art or products, or for example like how to make umbrellas, how to make jewelry, or how to build boats. And it's just so fascinating to see people work in an old way of tradition. Another way or what to do in Inle Lake, definitely rent out a bike and cycle around the lake, or at least part of it. We ended up getting invited by a person having a lunch with a monk in a monastery. So that was super interesting. Burmese or Myanmar food has a bad reputation. I don't know why, because I think it's not bad at all. I mean, it can be a little bit oily sometimes. You definitely have to go to Yangon. Check out Chinatown. You're gonna have amazing food. It's super cheap. Yeah, all the rice dishes, noodle soups, it's just a massive food porn. Another thing to do in Yangon is definitely experience the train ride. It takes about 3 hours. It's like a circle around Yangon. You're gonna experience the local authentic life, what's happening in those trains. And that was the time I experienced actually the, I thought it would be candy they were selling, and I was like, oh, I wanna have a candy like that. So I ended up going to this guy, preparing that stuff. I thought, oh yes, nice, it's a candy. So I put it in my mouth, I began to chew, and I realized, oh shit, it's no candy. That's actually like chewing tobacco, which was pretty gross when you expect something sweet. But anyway, it was a good experience. So definitely go by train around Yangon. It's super worth it. One of the biggest highlights in Myanmar, it's definitely gonna be Bagan. It's the temple area with more than 2,000 temples. Definitely make sure you're gonna go there and experience the sunrise and also the sunset. For me, the sunrise was way more intense. I actually didn't pay $350 to ride with one of those balloons. I prefer just to climb up a temple and take beautiful pictures of the balloons on the skyline. And the sunrise, it's also really nice, but it can be really crowded. Another experience I really enjoyed was the Nyang Song Beach, which is west from Yangon. It takes about 8 hours to get there by bus, but you're gonna experience empty beaches and with a motorbike, endless rides along the shoreline and laid-back lifestyle all day long. Once we got stuck with the motorbike in the middle of nowhere, we ended up walking to a village and asked some locals if they can help us, and they couldn't speak English at all. So it was quite entertaining how to speak with our feet and our hand to make sure, to make them know that we ran out of fuel. But it was a lot of fun, and in the end they literally climbed up some palm trees to get us some coconuts for free. just not to starve to that, while we had to wait for the guy who actually grabbed my motorbike, went off, got some fuel, got it back to us. So it was super interesting and really entertaining. Once you're in Myanmar, make sure you're gonna have a look at the traditional sport. It's called Chinnon. It's kind of a mixture of volleyball without playing with hands. It's a mixture between martial arts and dance and hacky sack. Yeah, so in general, my only negative experience in Myanmar was the cost of accommodation. For a hostel in like a 10-dorm bedroom, you probably pay about $15. For a private room, you're gonna pay about $30. And it's like the only country in comparison with other countries in Southeast Asia where the accommodation is quite expensive, but it's way worth it to go there, go to Myanmar, explore the adventure, the culture, the locals, just everything. It's super worth it, I'm gonna promise you that.